So it's
Okay.
going to do that. So I used to not a long time ago. I mean, God, I had my first experience when I was like 5 and 6 after having childhood cancer, and it just got crazier and crazier. This scribble stuff didn't start happening till like 4 years ago. And what I found was during sessions, I would chew gum, or I would chew a lot on pin caps mostly and stuff like that. There's like a when you're out there, you're needing something else to do. So instead of me like tapping my foot or like bobbing up and down, that's what I do.
Mhm.
Another thing is sometimes when I'm doing this or when I'm just letting it go, I get into like this beat. So I tend to do these loops. So I have this beat. So it's like, and then at the same time, right now I have the Interstellar, I have the Stay song on right now. So it's an hour of it. And so I'm getting into it, and so I've obviously already gotten to like this meditative state by bringing in
Mhm.
acceptance, breathing in love, bringing in gratitude, asking people to come forward, connecting with you. And so now what I do is I will just sit here for a second, and a lot of people channel with their eyes closed.
That's
I do it with
me.
my, yeah, I do it with my eyes open. So I'm sitting here. I guess it's so natural for me now, so it's hard to explain. But you're sitting there, and now none of this exists. So it's like it all just goes away. And so now I'm just
Mhm.
sitting here, and
And
I'm
that's your form of putting yourself in the back seat. Okay, got it.
so I have this pulse on my phone, this dun 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 dun, mixed in with the pattern, pattern, and so it allows
Oh,
everything to calm down, and then you zone out, and then you just almost hear all this is just background noise, and you have this vibrational feeling, and then you bring it
right,
in.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool because I always wondered. I know everyone's different. Yeah, I'm something different too. Like not like that, but it's so cool. And I'm like, I wonder, do you teach this at all?
Yeah, I have classes all the time. All the time.
Okay,
Just or email me. Email me first.
okay,
Email me first. I
okay.
do right now. I'm doing so people always come up and they always ask, can I do this? Can I do this?
Yeah,
I get with some mediums, some people to do this. Like, no, you can't. And I'm like, well, not everybody can be a Tony Hawk, right, for skateboarding,
right,
but everybody can ride a skateboard, right?
right.
And so everybody has this because literally you are light, you are spirit,
Yeah,
you are
right,
love.
right. Hmm.
You're trapped here. It's just a matter of, can you calm your mind and
Yeah,
get that inner chatter out to where you can feel it. That's
right.
it. That's it.
Hmm.
And so yeah,
Hmm.
email me first. I'll figure
Okay,
out something for you.
okay,
You have like
okay.
mad. Before I get started, is there anybody in particular? That way I could just hone in on it and grab them.
I'm leaving it open
Okay.
because but there is, yeah, one person that I would like to step forward, and that would be my brother.
Okay. Hang on. Can you give me a first name or like a nickname? I don't care.
Oh yeah, yeah, Alfie.
Okay, hang on. So what happens in that is whenever you get into channeling, so I call a thing called closed channeling. That's my favorite. So
Mhm.
one of the things is if you just go through and so whenever I start, I have a space in my head, and in my head it's all white, and it's just this area, and it's almost like a door, and so you
Mhm.
allow them to come through. If I say whoever, then at that point whenever you start to channel, you get 6, 7, 8, 9 different spirits or energies that come through, and so now you're
Right,
shifting through each one. You're like, okay, who are you?
right.
This goes with this. You're here. This is this. Okay, do you want to talk to them? No. Okay, so now I've expended my energy. You have to, they have to, and then it's this whole thing. But then they also, so hang on. And so with this, it would be like, so and so, do you wish or want to come through because it's connected to you? But this would be the person. That's why they're riding in your front seat.
Mm.
Hang on. Give me just a second. Okay, so I'm going to close my eyes for a second. I never explained it, so it's interesting. So I'm going to close my eyes for a
Yeah.
second, and you'll see like my face drop.
Hmm.
Hold on.
It's so cool
Yeah. And everything.
because, oh yeah, can I talk while you're doing this?
Yeah. Tell
Okay.
me.
It's so cool because, I can feel energies and, all that from whatever, but it's cool because this energy, the way you channel it is definitely really heart space because my heart right now is woo.
Yeah. It's my husband. He does not. When I met him, he didn't believe in this or understand it, and I was just like, it's not my job to convince you. I just do it, right? That's it. And so I had him like 3 years ago sit in a room with me while I'm zoning out and while I channel for somebody. I asked him, of course, first, and he had to get up middle of it, and he goes, I feel so tired, I feel so drained, I feel exhausted. And he was like, and so now when we go on the road, because we'll go travel, if I have sessions on the road, we get 2 hotel rooms so that he can stay in the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna kind of let
Hmm.
my brain go and hang on.
I'll take some breaths.
Yeah, go for it. Just breathe, relax. It's nothing big. Hold on. Hold on. Why would you say that about yourself? Hang on. You are really, 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 really. So, I'm going to be talking to myself at the same time. Talking about like, there's a dude. The first words that come across is like, man, like I freaking sucked as a kid, and I'm like, I don't think you sucked as a kid. Like that's not a thing. Like laughing about it, and so I'm going to be very literal with him. Hang on. He's like pushes you, like jokes around with you, like pushing you around all this stuff. Like, oh, I love her, but no, like get out of my way. Like funny though, like something like we. Hold on, wait. I said, why aren't you showing yourself? He said, I don't look good. I don't look good. I don't look good, Amy. And so I want to know why. Why are we saying this first off? So I'm asking this in my head. Hang on.
I know why.
We're gonna get into it. He keeps showing me like cheekbones. I don't know why. Yeah.
I think it's something else.
Hang on. Talking about how his heart was dull, or heart was dull, my sister is the light of my life, blah, blah, blah. Heart was dull, my sister is the light of my life. Like, you are the light for this person. Hang on. He smokes cigarettes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So he's doing this in my head. He's been sitting in the car. It's weird. And he gets up and he's walking around like this.
Wait, in my car?
Yeah, that's where he first came into. And I'm like, okay, fine. And he's like...
Yeah.
He's a lower vibrational.
He.
People
Do
are
you
like,
want me to say? I'm gonna
stay out of
let
it.
you say it.
Oh yeah. He's lower vibrational because they don't pace, they don't get nervous, and they don't smoke cigarettes unless they're there. And he's talking about how all fucked up, blah 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 blah. Talking about like leather like bands. He's like a concert band person or something like that. I don't know what that is. Talking about like has all these little bands. I'm like, what is this?
Yes.
He's talking about how he caused pain to the family. He caused pain to the family. He says, you know how much pain I caused them? Do you know how much pain I caused them? Like that. Hang on. He keeps saying he fucked up. He
did fuck up. Hell
he
yeah, he did.
He gets angry. He goes, I fucked up. I fucked up. Like that. Why? Oh, don't tell me. Hold on. I love this. This is my favorite thing to do. Hang on. No, you did not. You are a liar. He goes like this.
Yes, ma'am. He took his life.
No! Really?
Yep, and he fucked up. That's where he fucked up.
He goes like this. I'll just show you exactly. I wish my camera was higher. Here, I'll actually move for a second. I go, what happened to you? I was like, drugs with this, and he's adding on to the thing, and he stands here like this, and he goes like that. Yep. That was so eerie. That was so eerie in my head. Hang on, let me move this back down again. Hang on, I'm so sorry. I had to feel no wonder. Oh, come on, camera, stop it. I just bought you. Hang on. Hang on. He his okay, so we're repeating over and over and over again. He goes, I've been trying to get out of this place. I've been trying to get out of this place, man. Man. God, he feels like he's from California.
He is.
Oh, is he really? Okay. He's like, man. I'm like, are you a surfer? We must be from California. Okay, cool. Sorry, that's, wait, my, he's talking about like you trying to get to him, and he's like, no, get away from me, like that. I guess you're like trying to get into his head or trying to make him happy, and he's just like not wanting it.
I want to be able to communicate with him. You know what I mean? On my own.
He's talking about how like you're there, like, oh, come here, how are you? And he's like, but he's not mean.
Yes.
He's just in a different vibration. Hang on. I'll teach you.
Yes.
I'll teach you. He's lower vibration. You are in higher. You're talking to
yes,
God.
I am.
Okay, and you're talking to angels. That's not here. You're in a different scale.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Hang on.
Okay.
He says she's fucking good at it too. I say, okay, good. I like it. Yeah.
He said she's fucking good at it too?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that was weird. What was that? That was very weird. Hang on. Sorry. I just saw like literally. Yeah. It literally, did you see it like hung? And then it went away? No. Hang on. We'll go into that.
I keep seeing there's orbs behind you right now, like every time you're talking. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it gets crazy in here. Hang on. Wait.
She's fucking good at it. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's what they do. Hang on.
That's cool.
But, you know, it's interesting. Okay, so he's walking around and I guess you sage or like you do the feather thing.
Yes. Yeah.
He's talking about, he's like walking through, are you in an apartment? You live in an apartment right now?
I live in a house, but I sage my car for my channelings and I sage my house
for it. Okay. He's walking around like this wood tile floor area or whatever it is. And it's a smaller space and he's having somebody do like this and he's walking through and he's like, like, what is this shit? And I'm like, okay, so he's like talking about with you because he's lower vibrational, so he hangs out in this house, right? And hold on. Everything has to be just so in your home. Everything just has to be so in your home. Okay, now he's talking about pets. Hold on. Do you have a little dog?
Yes.
Okay. He's talking about, I said, who do you talk to? He's like, oh, there's a little dog here. Like, talking to him. He's like, that's the one that can understand me. And then do you also have a cat?
No, just the dog.
It's weird. Okay. Because he's talking about this dog and then like this, and I don't know if it's dead or alive. And he does like this with this, like literally. And so for me, that's symbol of cat, like that. But he literally talks to this physical dog. That's like your baby. That's your baby.
No, does he make the dog bark all the freaking time in the middle of the night?
Uh-huh. He's very annoyed with it. He's like, and I go, you know, who do you talk to? He's like, this dog. Like that. And so I'm like, oh, okay, there's not like a whole lot of lovey feelings. We're very annoyed with this animal. So no wonder. Hold on. The dog's funny. The dog is nervous because he's talking about.
Yes, the dog is nervous. He barks in the middle of the freaking night, and I'm like, what is that? I'm like, dude, there's a spirit. And I'm like, there's a spirit, but I don't know who it is. And I'm like,
your brother.
The dog's seen shit. I know it is. Yeah.
It's your brother. So your brother, it's interesting how he walks around. In my head, he likes him. In my head, he wants to look like a rock star. That's how he's trying to, and I know he wasn't. He looked the very opposite way, but he wants to be shown that he is tall, he is thinner, he's wearing like these, like black, almost like military boots or something like that. Yeah, it's weird. Like that's how but I don't think he looked like that way at all in life. And What? Tell me.
He was gay, and he was also very into rock and roll, like in his younger ages. Yes, but I mean, he was like at the end of his life, like he was Abercrombie, all name brand, all. But you got his personality down though. He was
Everything. Okay.
very,
Okay. So for me, it was almost like when he's showing me like high fashion. So it's
yeah,
somebody that would be like those, those like Doc Martin military boots that are tied up with like
yeah,
fit black pants on the inside and like this really nice shirt. And so I'm like, who
yeah.
is this person? Okay. So hold on. He did coke.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I knew that. I saw it like a while back, but I want to know, why the hell he killed
Did it?
himself. Like what? We never knew why. He never left a note.
Well, let's get into that. Let's get into
Yeah.
where, the what, the who, where, when, or how. Are you ready, dude? Hang on. So no wonder he messes with you. No wonder he messes with you.
Why?
Are you married right now?
I'm gonna get married.
Okay, and it's to a man.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said, why are you in the house? And he comments on how attractive your going to be husband is.
That's hilarious.
I said, why? He
Like,
goes, her man. Like that. I'm like, he's not that. Stop. We can fix him up a little bit, though. He's like, we could fix him up a little bit. No
he
wonder
would.
no wonder he's so perfect. I love this person. Okay, let me figure out why. Hang on. Okay, let me vibe for a couple of seconds. So what I do right now is, it looks like it's quiet, right? But on the outside. But right now what I'm going to do is, when I'm talking to you and I'm doing this and I'm listening, I have all these, I would call it like feelers out, right? So you're having all this experience. So what pretty much it feels like on the inside is wrapping everything up and making it go in, and then allowing to just be in this circle. Hang on. And I focus down. Had he just gotten out of a relationship? Why is he talking about it was
Who?
worthless? It was worthless. The brother. Yeah.
Oh, so my brother was in a relationship with this man named Wayne. I think that's who he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
When he passed away. And so this guy moved. And I'll see, let him tell you the rest and see
Let's get
what
into it.
he said.
Let's get into it. Hang on. He keeps talking about like being in this relationship. I said, well, do you love him? He's like, yeah. He goes, but it was worthless. Like, it's worthless. Like, whatever. Is there something like criminal going on with this guy? The other one?
I don't have any contact with him at all.
Okay. Okay. It's weird. Like, it's weird. I'll tell you about it in just a second. Hang on. Hold on. There's like some confrontation thing. There's something about. It's weird. Did you know? I know this is going to be really. This is off the rocker for me right now. Was there something about like getting in trouble with the law going on here? Or like, do you know anything about that?
Like him getting in trouble with the law, like
Yeah.
yeah, all the well, most of the time. But I'm not
Really?
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure at the end of at the end of his death. Um I wasn't there, and
Mm-hmm.
he always joked about killing himself, but I was like, I never took him seriously. You know,
He keeps talking. So this is what he's doing, and I don't like to ever go to that section. But he keeps talking about. Keeps showing me handcuffs over and over and over again. He keeps showing stacking, 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 and so I'm like, la, like what is this? Stacking, stacking handcuffs. And he's talking about how he has like this nervous anxiety underneath it all,
mhm,
this
yeah,
sarcastic anxiety underneath it all. He has this like it's just too much, too much, too much. But then I'm like, what? I asked him, I was like, what is too much? Because it just feels like normal, everyday bullshit, minus the law part, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm like, I feel like there is something to do with this guy or this relationship. And it's almost, I don't know, it kind of feels almost like a framing thing or something. And I don't know what that
Mm,
is.
I don't know what that is either.
I don't know what that,
Yeah,
like, the,
I I don't have. Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't know if he was with the police or maybe the guy was trying to frame my brother. I have no idea.
so it feels, this is, so he's showing me this. Well, I would get up and show it. He shows me this is this, stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. He shows me being blocked in a corner. So for me, that would mean like everything's blocked against me. And then he talks about like he held it to my head. So it's almost like he held this decision to my head. Like he held this to my head.
Mm.
And so I don't know what that is. I think there's some sort of like weird undercurrent bullshit that we don't know about fully. That
And it could have been the guy was gay, and I think his parents, someone probably didn't know that he was gay, and they were in this gay relationship.
mm-hmm. And it's like he's sad, and it's because of this guy. Like it's something to deal with how he stacked it against me. He stacked it against me. He's like blaming it on this person. So I don't know, but you can't
Mm.
see, and that's the thing that I don't like, and that's why we're not in heaven like yet, because
Right,
we're
right.
blaming our decisions on somebody else's shortcomings, right? And
Yeah.
the other guy was younger than him.
And I don't know.
It's okay.
I
It's
don't
okay.
know.
He's talking about like I taught him everything he knew, and I'm like, stop it.
Oh,
You
he
know
was
he.
cocky. That's just
Oh,
how he talked.
oh, okay, okay. He says I taught him everything he knew, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
yeah.
you feel like a young kid. He,
Oh God.
yeah, he gets into that. Wait. Where are all of his sunglasses?
I don't. I only have two shirts of him. I don't have anything
That's
else.
it. Everything else is gone. Everything else is gone. He says they took all my sunglasses. Like they took all my sunglasses, and I'm like, who took all of your sunglasses? Hang on, hang on, hold on. He's sad. Um, he said, he goes, I was really trying to get, he's like trying to move up in the world. He said, I was really trying to move up. I was really trying to move up. I was really trying to move up. I want to get into the, what are the thoughts beforehand? How did this, he ended up hanging himself?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said, I go, how did you die? How did you do it? And he shows me swinging. And I was like, oh, we
Mm-hmm.
don't swing any other way. He, something to do with that relationship, something to do with that guy. But there's not a, knew he wasn't ready for marriage yet. Why? Knew. Wait. Talking about your husband already has a tuxedo picked out?
Not yet.
Okay, he's talking about how he needs to do better than that. So I don't know what he has in mind.
Probably because we were talking about. I asked him like, are you gonna buy a tuxedo? Are you gonna rent it or what? And he's like, I'm gonna rent it. I'm not gonna buy one. I was like, okay.
Shut
And
up.
it's gonna be just black, like plain, nothing.
No. Okay. He shows him in a tux, and I go, what? And he shows me it being like very frumpy or like ugly, and he goes, he has to do better than that. And I'm like,
That's what
okay,
he's talking about.
he has to do better than that. Okay, so let him know that he needs to. He
Okay.
Yeah, please hold on. I want to give me this. Hang on. So what happens now when we get to this spot, right? He's showing me this. He's showing me what happened. He's trying to explain why. Now what I want to do is I ask him to let me get into his space and let me get into his head for those really intimate moments beforehand. And this would
Okay.
be really hard for anybody. It'd be like me asking somebody that was on the beach of Normandy, right? Let's go in and take me through the battle, right? It's really hard
Mhm.
for them to do that emotionally. So now, but he's lower frequency, so it's okay. Hang on. Can you tell me? Is he cremated?
Yes.
Okay. I asked him to take me in there, and this is what he's walking around my here, and he goes, he's just talking. This is what he does. I go, can you take me to these moments? He goes, I'm a vase. Now I'm a fucking vase. Now I'm a vase. Like that. And so that's why I was like, are they cremated? So yeah, he's like commenting on that. Hang on. Can I? Hold on. Sorry. Oh, this is what they do. Wait. She's saying, try to save me. Ooh, like you couldn't save yourself. Glad she's out of that relationship. Something like that. You were in like a really, really bad one or something like that. And you're out of that. He's talking about that. He doesn't want to place the blame or worry on anybody else. I said, why didn't you write a letter? He said, why the fuck would it matter? I said, okay, you're correct. Wait. Was he in his 40s?
20 something. He's very young.
He really, because he makes me feel like, this is what he said. He said, I would be old and alone. And I'm like, what? That's why I was like 40? I was like, but you can, what? Hang on. Did he try cutting at one point and it made too much of a mark? Okay.
Yep.
I go, why didn't you do something else? He goes, I tried cutting at one point, made too many marks. I was like, oh, okay. He's sassy. He's
He's
sassy.
very sassy. Oh my God, I miss him so much, man. But I
I
see him in my, can you ask him about my dreams? What is the, like,
Yeah, hang on. Let me see. I think he did it. I think he got wrapped up in that emotional state. I think it was something to do with that guy putting him against the wall. And for me, that would be emotionally or dealing with some sort of
depression?
yeah, depression all the way through. And then
Mhm.
honestly, he doesn't really have a great reason, because I think now too, since we know how old he is, right? Like
Mhm.
he's not thinking it through. He's only thinking in the now. He's only thinking in and he doesn't want to burden other people. He wants everybody else to think he's number one and perfect and everything's great and everything's hunky dory. He doesn't want to bring anybody else into it. Hold on. He says that he's like a shadow in your dream. Like he'll like sit there and then he'll like turn away, or sit there and like turn away, or like it's like you're always chasing him. What's happening?
Yes. So in my dreams, I know it's him. I know he's there. I'm super excited to see him. But this is cool because I'm kind of seeing, I always want to envision him as how he was before I knew
Yeah.
him before he passed. And now, and it's funny because I always try to communicate with him. I'm like, either I'm seeing him in my mind's eye and he'll just pop in my mind's eye. And I'm like, okay, is like, am I really seeing you? Is this real? Like, you know what I mean? I know when channeling is different, but when it's using like the clairs is a little bit different for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And in my dreams though, it's like there's times where I've had so many dreams of him and he'll be right next to me and he's just dark and he's just sitting there and I'm like, hi, how are you? And I'm this light and I'm like, I miss you so much. I gave him a big hug and I'm like, I love you, okay? And I know you're okay and I love you. And it's strange because in the dreams it's like he is always dim, which is right. And I never put two and two together. And or he just won't talk. He'll just be
Mm-hmm.
sitting there and he'll just be talking. And I'm talking like a storm, talking up a storm, and then he'll just be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it turns away. It turns away. It's like you're always trying to come after him. You're always trying to come after
Yeah,
him. So
yeah.
the reason why is because you're coming from a higher vibration to his lower vibration. And so they don't have as much energy to do that. And so another thing is it would be very interesting, and as we move forward from this too, is to see how this would help him. Okay, because a lot of times, you know how when you get really upset with somebody and you never have any closure or conversation with them, and
Mhm.
it kind of festers, and then finally when you talk it out a year or so later, like everything smooths out. That's
Yeah.
kind of what happens here. We're letting it all out, we're letting it there, and it smooths out for them, and so they're able to move up more.
So I
Okay,
wonder, but why hasn't he?
well, because every reason why. Look exactly how he's talking. Look exactly the
Yeah.
feelings that are coming from him, right? I mean, I could tell you 110% right at the very beginning he wasn't in a higher vibration, because this whole pacing
Mhm.
thing. They don't
Yeah.
pace when they're in
Yeah.
quote unquote heaven. And so and hang on, hang on. So how can we help him, or how can you
Yeah.
feel him more? When you are coming at him, you're coming at him from a place of love. I want to help you. Oh my God, let's do that. He's not there yet. So sometimes
Yeah.
when you're sitting down with somebody that's depressed, you have to get on their level and be like, look, bro, what's up? Right? We can do this
Mhm.
together. And so what I always say with channeling, or when you get into this, it's a scope. It's like keys on a piano. You have the lower vibration, which is like dark down here. You have the middle
Mhm.
area, which is where we're at, which is why we can do good or bad or positive or
Mhm.
negative. And you have the higher ones, which is heaven and up here. And so if you channel correctly, you can feel those differences and sink in and then lock in. And so with him, hang on, come back over here. Where are you going? I want to see who he wants to. Hold on. Where's mommy at?
I knew it. That came in my mind right now.
Really? Okay. He's talking.
Yep.
He's like, all I hear is mommy, mommy, mommy.
Mom.
Yeah. Where's that?
So my mom is in heaven
Mm-hmm.
as well,
Mm-hmm.
or we think, I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
we never had a good relationship. But I know he's talking about my aunt. That's his mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did mom have missing teeth?
My aunt? I'm not sure.
No, your mom, your biological mom.
I don't think so. No, she was very perfectionist about her teeth.
Really? It's weird. The first thing they show up is like missing teeth for some reason. I have no idea why. Hang on. Wait. So I'm asking them questions in my head. Your aunt was sobbing so hard, it's hard to catch her breath. Like, like that. He's making me feel that. That's why I'm like, hang
Yeah,
on.
she's still hanging on to him. I forgave him. I love him. I always, I like you. I always send him light, and I'm like, hey, dude, I get it. But uh, she is not. She still misses him.
Mm,
She's still in that grieving process still.
hardcore,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hardcore. Hang on, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
He like makes me feel the pain. That's interesting. He It's interesting that aunt, his mom, quote unquote, tries to look at blaming other people for his passing too, or blaming other instances for his passing. I don't know why. I'm not saying that suicide wasn't the main thing, but it's almost like if we could have just, if this could have person could have done this, or this could have, and it's like no, it was all within himself. She she always says that that's her
Yeah,
angel.
she does do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like that's my angel. That's my angel. Hang on. She dyes her hair naturally dark, but then she's letting the gray come out now or something.
Yeah.
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 He's going like she's so gray. Something like that. It says, hang on. Hold on. She's still in the phase of him being just a little boy, just a little boy, just a little boy, just a little boy. It's like
That or
hearing
that's how
she sees him. Yeah. It's echoing. It's echoing. Hang on. The aunt is married.
no, she was married, but her husband passed away, and she's now in like a relationship with some guy.
That we don't really care for. That's a whole nother thing.
Yep.
Hang on.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't care for him.
Because he rolls his eyes at this dude like that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And the ex-husband that passed, she was nursing him.
Yeah, she was helping him well in his like last days.
Yeah. He says she was trying to. I said, what happened with the ex-husband? And he says, oh, she was helping nurse him. She was helping nurse him. He's okay. Hold on. Like, your brother was supposed to be her rock. That was her rock.
Yep, definitely.
Hang on. Hold on. I want to ask about. Do you know if your mother had heart issues or a heart attack or something like that?
So that's how she died, I think.
Perfect. Cool.
I had no idea. Yeah, like she they said the coroner said that a blood clot, I believe.
Yeah. I go, what happened to your actual mom? And he says, oh, she died of like the heart. She died of this. And I'm like, is it cancer? Is it terminal? And he's like that quick. So why would your mom hold so much anger? Weird.
She was homeless at the end of her journey. She was a drug addict, a heroin addict. Yeah, but I never had a good relationship with her, but I forgive her.
Yeah, let's see. What was her first name?
Juanita.
Let's get into this. Hang on.
No.
Hold on. No. That's what we do here. Hang on. Yeah, wait. That may be why she was showing me the teeth thing, because when it comes to like drugs, they take a toll on your body.
I saw that.
You see that?
Yeah.
It's whenever it doesn't, like, there's no dust. It's when it moves like randomly. I'm like, what? Hang on. There's nothing in here at all. Like, I don't know.
That's funny.
It's weird. It's on X Games mode right now. Hang on. Oh, you were in charge. Okay, so mom had him, and you're promising to protect him at all costs. I'll protect you at all costs. Hang on. Wait. You had your own spiritual enlightenment. We'll go through that. That was a dark period.
Can we?
That. Yeah.
Yes, baby. Yes.
He's talking about that. Hang on. I want to ask her where. She's lower than him.
Oh, wow.
He still has love. Hang on. Was she like in LA?
Washington, where I was born at.
Up there. Okay. She keeps making me feel like I'm really cold and I'm on the streets. And I'm like, you are not in Texas. You are not in SoCal. You are not wherever this is at. She. Like, she would tell y'all she was gonna get clean, tell you she was getting clean, tell you this. She goes like this, so we must have done it intravenously. She like grabs something and does like this, and then she goes, I always told them, like, this is, she's doing it. You like pull something, and it's like, I always told them I'd get clean. I told them. like that. That's how it sounds. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
You would send her money and then you finally said no, no more, mommy, no more. What is that?
Um, I always try to get her on the right path. A couple months after she died, I went to Washington because my best friend told me that she was homeless and that I needed to go see her. And I'm like, okay. So I went. I saw out of nowhere, it was the freaking weirdest coincidence. I was at a gas station and my friends like look around the corner and there she was with her headphones on, like tuning out. She was like off her rocker. Like she was like she lost her mind or something. I have no idea. And I went up to her and I said, "Hey," said, "when are you going to clean up? When is this going to be over? Like this can't be your life all the time. I'm going to be I'm going to have babies one day and I would like you to be a grandma." And I gave her money and I bought
Yeah.
her food
Yeah.
and I gave her some cigarettes.
Yeah.
And I said, "Here's my number." She took it down on this little notepad she had. My number has still the same. And I was waiting for that phone call for one day to be like, "Hey, Beto, I'm I'm good. I'm getting there, you know." Um
And
yeah.
it didn't happen.
And it didn't happen. And I have two beautiful kids.
Yeah. No wonder. No wonder. Oh my God. Yeah. She's talking about you handing her money and then like you saying here, but like no more, no more, you know? And then it's like there's an
Mm-hmm.
expectation after that. So it's like, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it. And I demand. No, she had a relationship with a woman, I guess, too. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she's talking about this, and then she pops in a lady, and then this and this, and I said, what? I said, well, what happened to you? She says, I didn't have any self worth. I didn't have any self value. She always feels like you are better than her. You're better than her. Always
Oh,
better than me. She's always better than me. Better than me. She,
oh, I'm gonna cry.
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
what this
expect that.
is. She,
Yeah, I try not to be like her. Oh shit!
because you're
Oh
better
my
than
heart.
her. It's okay. It's because you're in alignment. So think of it as like mom 2.0, but like upgraded version. Because you still have the
Yeah,
drive, you still have the stubbornness, but you have it pointed in the correct direction.
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay? Hold
Yeah.
on. I did it take them a couple days to find her body?
Yes, she decomposed, and we didn't know. I didn't know she was dead. Until um my best friend called me and said, "Hey, you need to come to Washington now." And I'm like, "Okay." And she told me what happened, and I went, and um I did not think, she was going to die. I mean, I knew she was homeless, but I mean, she was a very tough woman.
Yeah, I know.
And I never thought that she was like no one found her. Like, I mean, no, someone found her. They knocked on the door because her rent was due. And that's how they found her. Like no one would have known she was dead. And that's how she decomposed for so many days, because she didn't talk to anybody. She literally would just go on the streets, look for cigarette butts on the street. And I'm not even sure how she got into that home that she was in.
Okay, because I said, I go, so what happened? Did they go to the hospital? I said, all this stuff. Were you feeling, nauseous? Because that sometimes happens before this. And she goes, no, it took a couple days for them to find me. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, says I do, she says, I do better for my grandkids. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on. She's talking about not being there for her son, put a lot of pressure on him. I wasn't there for him. Put a So wait, so the aunt is her sister?
her cousin, I believe. So
Oh,
we're not.
okay,
She's not really my aunt. She's just like a cousin, but we call
friend.
her aunt.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, because I go, is this like your ex-husband's, on that side, or is it this? And she says, no, it like comes off of my side. I said, okay. And she always tried to do the best, always tried to do the best. Man, that aunt is like, that cousin friend aunt is a godsend. Hold on. Are you trying? Hold on. Let me ask her another question too. Wait. Let me back up for me real quick. Wait, do you have your mother too?
What do you mean?
Is she cremated as well?
Yeah. No, I don't have her. I can't. I'm not ready for that. And it's been years, but I'm not. I can't do it. My sister has her. I gave her to my sister.
Okay. So I asked her, I go, where are you at? Did they give you proper burial and everything like that? And she shows me this. She shows me like little urn, little silver urn or whatever this is. And she shows me little urn and she has it backing away. Like it's almost like if I'm watching a movie. So like my eyes are backing away and I'm just sitting there quietly alone. Like this. And she maybe after she's married, she'll have a place for us. She's talking about that. So we can go to y'all.
We're trying to get a place.
Are
me
you?
and my,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because whatever this is, she's like, maybe after this, she'll have this place for us. So it's like this permanent, like, oh, that's perfect. Okay, yeah, so keep that up. Keep that up. Wait. Where are you going? Come back over here. She says, I found my son. I owe him a lot. So she's indebted to him and he's indebted to y'all. So it's like this chain. They'll make them rise up together. Don't worry about, man, my camera's doing all sorts of crazy stuff today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like all of this. It's like it's auto focusing on something. I have no idea. Wait. What is up with you, like, being in this really dark, broken place where you're, like, sobbing on the floor and then you made this miraculous transformation? What is that?
Yes, ma'am. Well, she introduced me to drugs when I was younger, and she was always free of like, do whatever you want. You want to try it? Okay, let's do it. But I know her reasons and I understand. I am not a drug addict. I have changed my life 100%. And I have found my spirituality and I'm on this journey, and I thank her honestly for being that kind of mom, because even though she wasn't the greatest mom, but I learned a lot of lessons along the way as a young child. Hard way, very hard. I had a tough life with her, and but I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. And that's what all this is. So is she ascending? Yeah. Is she getting better? Yeah. And you are part of that lineage and you're part of that moving up. And it's interesting, I don't normally talk about this stuff, but it's weird. I find that there's like this very interesting, like, Native American vibe that comes along with you for some reason.
I think my ancestors are like tribal or something.
Really? Yeah, it's this, and you can feel it because I hear drums, and that maybe happens once a year, and I'm like, what is going on with drums? Like, what's happening here? I don't know.
That's interesting because I did a temazcal, which is a sweat lodge. It's a Hispanic thing where you get closer to your ancestors, and and I felt so much enlightenment in that, and it was so cool, so unique. And I met an ancestor in there, and they were tribal. Like, I saw her clear as day, and she gave me a hug, and I was like, whoa. And so I don't know what the drums. Someone else told me that. Someone gave me a reading. They told me, dude, you should incorporate drums in your channeling. I'm like, really?
Don't do drums in your channeling. No, it's up for me. When I hear drums, that means tribal. And so I'm like, where is like this hardcore thing? Wait, have you done your chart? Have you seen your chart before?
No.
Okay, let me look at that for you really quick. So I want to let you know right now, mom is fine. Brother is okay. if you have any questions on how to, this is the whole thing. You're not old to this, but you're not new. And so for right now, with where you're at and what you're doing, and you're on the lighter side, I don't particularly want you to be able to go down to this darker area yet.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think you'd be able to, but I think, especially with how you feel, I think we may need a couple more years of like protection on top of that first. And then, yes, we can get to it, but it will take a toll on you. Yeah, it will take a toll on you, but it's cool. It's great. That's one of my favorite places of the channel because you can reach out and you can help. And like the light, oh, well, just, yeah, I'll get you into it. When's your date of birth?
My date of birth is 10/14/87.
Okay, hang on. So I always like to talk, wait, and then, what city were you born in?
Tacoma, Washington.
Ooh. Okay. So when I talk about charts, what I'm talking about is a lot of people go through and they're like, oh, well, you know, you're a Leo, you're this, blah, blah. I look at it a little bit differently. And what I really find, let me see over here. Hang on. I want to go here. Let me do this. So wait. There we go. So when I talk about charts, what I'm talking about is not just like, oh, am I aspect? Oh, am I rising? Oh, all this bullshit. What it really means is that we have a thing called a moon that has a frequency and it pulls these tides in and out of the ocean, right? And if you go on NASA.com, you can type in what is the frequency and you can hear it, right? And then we have these larger celestial bodies like Jupiter and Saturn that have this bigger pull. And so when you pop out, boop, it's something to do with those frequencies that interact with what your spirit is, and it causes us to be a certain way. And so just like with everything in life, we are this composition of music that has all these notes on it. And just like in a composition, we don't play them all the same, right? We don't play them all the same rate or tone. It creates a flow. And so every one of these is weighted differently. And when you get with somebody else, let's say a spouse or when you have a kid, they are also their own person of sheet music. And so when we get together, just like remixing a song, sometimes they sound great together. Sometimes they just need a little work, or sometimes they sound terrible together. Okay. So this is why the way you are right now. So your outer sun sign, so your emotion, so who you are outwardly to the world is in Libra, right? So, hi, how are you? Oh my God, fun, Poppy, which is also why you resonate with me because I'm a Scorpio, but my moon sign is in Libra. So my emotional state is in Libra, okay? Your moon sign, so your emotional state and how you want to be emotionally treated is in Cancer. So that is all mothering. That is, I want to take care of everybody except for myself. That's, I want to make sure everybody is fine. Fuck me. And what will happen in this place, we usually have a really hard time with our moms because all we want is them to be this perfect mom and we end up not getting that. That's karmatic. Okay. But also means that we're really good moms to our kids. That's what that means. Another thing is that your communication style, how you talk, is in the exact same place as mine. That's in Scorpio. So it's like you can see what's underneath. You can feel it. You can communicate it. You can get there. So that's perfect for what this is. You can feel those nuances. Another thing is that your love sign, how you want to be loved and how you give love, is also in Scorpio. So it's that under the table, that interesting, that I can feel it before everybody else does. You're really sensitive to other people's needs, but you can kind of fuck yourself over sometimes. And a lot of times with these placements, especially with Scorpio being on Venus, you can get in relationships that are not good for you, and you can love them so much and want them to work so bad that you just stay and you ruin yourself. So be really, really careful with that. Another thing too is your Mars. So this is how you fight. This is your drive. And this is where you and I vary for a second. Your Mars is in Libra, so you don't like conflict. You don't like confrontation. You want it to be fine all the time, and then people will push you, and they'll push you over the edge, and you'll explode, and then they'll ask you, well, why are you exploding? You weren't that way a second ago, and you're just like, ah, you know, whereas mine is in Aries. And so what will happen with me is like, that's why I'm the person, if you ever see me on live, someone will be mean and I'm like, you know, shut the fuck up. That's the Aries. You would be like, I'm not saying that, you know, it's different. And then another thing is why you vibe with me too, is because your ascendant, so your outer persona, is in Sagittarius. And I know that you're gone right now, but I want you to hear this. So there we go. Hold on. All right, you're back. Cool, 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 cool. So another thing is that your outer persona, I see
Yeah.
you, there you are, is
Yeah.
in Sagittarius. And so that means you are fun. You can get into trouble. You always want to have a good adventure. I have a rising in Sagittarius as well. It's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And
Yeah.
so that also means you're very creative, and you can be very enlightening, and you like to learn and you like to teach. Like that's a
Hmm.
huge thing. So what you're doing is absolutely perfect. The other thing too, is where you and I both are in the same, is that we have a thing called a second house. And the
Yeah.
second house is like the heartbeat of your life. That is your spine of your life. And you and mine have in the same place. So that is in Capricorn. So that means that you had a shit show growing up, and then and that you had a
Yeah.
school of hard knocks, but you learned from those, and slow and steady wins the race. And every step you make, you do it with thought now, and so that way you're stable later on, all the way down.
That is, hmm that is
Mm-hmm.
completely true. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Yeah.
So that's how all this is. Now the other thing is that your Lilith, and you've already gone past this, so that's already a thing. So your shadow side, so your Lilith, which is the side you're trying to get away from, that was in Leo. So that means having like a God complex every so often. That's usually when we're kids, like nothing can hurt me. No, I'm fine. You know, that goes in. We already know where that came from, right? Another thing can mean that we move too quick and we don't think of everything first. Another thing is that we wear our heart on our sleeve. So what people's opinions of us can really, really hurt us internally. And so as we get older, you've moved away from that. And yeah, I think you're doing good. And it's interesting. So your North Node, so what you are trying to become, the sign that you are trying to become in your life, you're actually trying to become an Aries.
Oh wow.
So you're trying to be quick, intense, fiery, to the point, a little bit not as selfless, a little bit more selfish, and that's
Hmm.
okay. And so yeah, that's what you have to work on.
That's funny. Yeah, and that's definitely spot on. And I like that. I've never heard that chart read like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's after
Um,
years of seeing it, and I compare everybody, and I'm like, oh, this is why you like them. This is why you're with them. This is why this doesn't work out. Like,
yeah, yeah.
it's just there. So for
That's
right now, do you
yeah.
have any questions for me? I would just sit here and stay with you if I didn't have another appointment. But like I said, yeah, do you have any
Oh.
questions? What? Tell me.
No, I mean, the only thing, so so along with this journey of like channeling and and it's funny because I know I don't I okay, so now I can tell you, I so I channel, right? And one
Yeah,
day I was channeling for this person, and
yeah,
when before I would not set an intention, which now I do. And when I started channeling, all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm gonna channel this girl's guides, but I didn't set an intention, so my channel was open.
yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm talking, and it feels like my face is crying, but I'm not crying. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling my friend that this is Gregory, I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
then my friend just like stopped and looked at me and was like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, dude, I think I channeled the spirit. And
Mm-hmm.
she was like, I'm not, but I did not like the feeling. It was so low vibration. I felt yucky, if that's the way to put it.
Yucky. Yep.
Um, and yeah, and I said, my friend said that there was a family member in her family that was named Gregory who did things to these little girls. And literally I was like in shock. I was like shocked. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I don't channel spirits, but when I do channel sometimes, and my clients are like, oh, I want to know about this past loved one,
Mm-hmm.
I always tell them, like, I don't channel them through me because I
Yeah.
don't like it, but I'll feel like an energy on the side, and it'll feel like a presence is there, and I'll see a little bit of like what they look like, and I can I
Mm-hmm.
hear words, but it's not perfect. So it's like very new.
Yeah, it is, and it's off-putting. Now, this is the whole thing with all of that is, um, They do when you start channeling. They do, like your brother. Remember, I was like getting up and I had to show you. It's because I literally have to. I feel like I need to do because it's like, come on, come on, you know. They do take over part of you. How they do it, and sometimes it'll be, especially you can always tell when they're a lower vibration. That doesn't. I don't want you to think that means bad. It's not bad. It just means
No,
they're
yeah.
here. But they do. They will take over part of you, and
Yeah.
you gotta let it, and then it's tiring, and then you still gotta give time for yourself, and then it's the best thing in the world. I absolutely adore it.
I admire you for I want to learn it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's another step. And right now I just took a class, 2 classes actually, for QHHT, for past life regression.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm certified in that, and I just need to get practice in to do that. But
well, one of the things that I'm if you want to, I do meditation classes every single Sunday. That's on my events page. And then this Sunday, I'm going to do one where I'm going to make people feel the people around them. So it's getting into that. You could use that and then take that over and over again and do that. If you have any questions, email me. If you need me to have me be a guinea pig, just let me know. I'm cool with it. I'm very open and whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Tell me.
As a guinea pig, like, what do you mean?
If you need to use, like, to practice. If you need to practice.
Can I please? Yeah. Can I do a past life? Can I do a QHT or a QHHT on you?
I don't care. Yeah, I do that. Yeah. Just email me and let me know, and you practice. I'm very open to all of it. I'm just here. And another thing with that too is never be afraid.
No.
Channel spirit is hard. That's a thing.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And a lot of people, I always tell people when I only teach 20 people at a time, like, for this thing, but there's like prerequisites. And I always tell them, I go, if you want to do this, if you want me to teach you how to do this, this will be your whole life. This will be your whole life.
See, but it's like, you don't allow them to step in your body, right? Like you're on, they're like on the sidelines for you. Is that how that works?
So what happens is that I allow them to show me and make me feel and make me hear and make me see. So I guess you would say I do allow them in, but I don't allow them in for long. I like to do that, like with your brother. He was showing me and he was making me see in my eyes, which he was like this. And I'm like, oh my God, like that. So he's stepping in. But when you have the proper people or the guides around you, the energies around you, and align yourself with love, nobody can hurt you.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so yes, I will definitely do that. So I'm certified in 2, a BQH, and BQH is supposed to be online, and QHHT, it's like you're not supposed to do it online. But I need practice, and the only people I could get is online. So the only thing, like, if you wanted to share it, if we do it, it would be like you could only show the past life regression part. If
we don't have to share it at all. You need to be comfortable. You need to be chill. You don't need to be worried about what other people think and all that bullshit.
Okay, that was just like a little FYI.
I know this is growing, and you need practice.
Yes, I do. I really do. And so I will email you and I'll keep in touch. I know I'm not going to keep you from your other session.
Yeah. And this is the other thing. So FYI, this coming up year, I am only one person. I always, you can tell I do this, and there's a wait list and all this stuff, right? But I'm thinking this year I'm going through and I'm trying to possibly find people that can do this or do this well or do like past life regressions, and then have them work like with me, have them on my website, have them get appointments like through my website. That way they have sessions and they don't have to be here in Houston, but I have to make sure that they're good, because if I'm putting my name on it, it needs to be damn good. Okay. So
that's cool.
Let me know.
Yes, really I'm certified in both. I've actually had 5, like because my friend and everybody, other people were practicing, so they've done on me. But I'm like, you know what? I got really intrigued by it, and I think it's just another thing to help it evolve and expand. And I'm like, okay, and I certified and I passed, and I'm like, yes, I'm like, I'm ready to get on there. But anyway,
Well,
yes.
let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
Let's
will.
practice. Email
Yes,
me, and I'll have my secretary set up something. And then, if you feel comfortable later on and you think it's going well, let me know, and
I
we can figure
will.
that part out too. Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yes. All right, honey. I love you. You okay? So last thing I
I
need to
love
tell you
you.
before I go here is you before you go back into your house, I need you to take a couple of moments by yourself. I need you to have a good little prayer, and I need you to tell them both thank you and that you love them.
Okay,
Okay?
I will. Yes.
That's it. All right.
Okay.
I love
All
you,
right.
baby.
I love you too. Take care.
Bye, hun.